It's sentencing day in a Fort Worth, Texas courtroom, and things are not going well for high school English teacher Brittani Colleps.
We do not recommend community supervision.
She's slapped with a harsh sentence, 5 years behind bars for having sex with 5 of her students and staging what prosecutors would call a sex toy-filled orgy. Does it matter whether or not they were having sex toys and they had videotape going?
That's not the thing that sent it to trial, but that certainly is relevant evidence that the jury got to hear about.
I recently met Brittani Colleps in this Fort Worth jail. Now locked up, she's never spoken about her case until sitting down exclusively with 2020.
Your kids are what ages?
8, 6, and 5.
How did they react to the idea that you would possibly go to jail?
You know, it was really hard. They started crying and, you know, saying, "Mommy, we don't want you to go to jail."
When you think about where you are now, you're 28 years old, you have 3 children, you were a school teacher. How did you wind up in this mess?
Sometimes people just hit rough patches in their lives, you know, personally, emotionally, whatever the case may be. And I think that's what happened to me. I mean, for that period of my life, I just disregarded everybody else and pushed everybody away from me.
Your husband had no idea this had happened.
Right.
Colleps joins a list of female teachers who went too far with students, some leaving families in shambles, others with husbands betrayed.
I was mad. You know, I really just wanted to run away.
31-year-old Christopher Colleps would learn of his wife's deceit while serving as an Army specialist in Louisiana.
To hear that she had slept with 5 of her students must have been tough.
It was tough. It was the toughest thing I've ever had to hear. It was the toughest thing I've ever had to go through. And I'm still going through it.
And more devastating, the evidence of the infidelity, that graphic cell phone video of his wife in bed with 4 teenagers.
Was that hard for you to watch?
Yes, sir. When I took my vows and said my vows to Britney, till death do us part, and till death do us part.
You saw that tape.
Yes, I did.
What did that do to you?
It pissed me off. It made me mad.
He was hurt, and he had every right to feel that way.
Do you think what she did was wrong?
I think it was wrong against me and our marriage, but I don't see the crime outside of that.
What if these boys had been 16 or 17?
That's a different story, because that's illegal no matter if they're students or not. The boys, as everybody calls them in this situation, are not boys. They're grown men.
Grown men, not minors, he points out, as with some of the more infamous cases over the years. Just yesterday, Sarah Jones, the Bengals cheerleader and former teacher accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student, was released from 180 days house arrest.
I think people are taking this whole student-teacher thing. Yes, he was a student, but he was not my student.
Remember Mary Kay Letourneau? She served 7.5 years in prison for having a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old student, even giving birth to 2 of his babies behind bars.
I definitely knew that it was bizarre.
And then there was Deborah Lefebvre, arrested for having sex with a 14-year-old student. Her husband vowed to stand by his wife, but would soon file for divorce.
A lot of people don't know what unconditional love is. A lot of people don't know how to love unconditionally. That means without conditions. And that's my love for Britney.
Did you think about leaving?
For a little bit.
You think there was outrage over the fact that this involved multiple people?
Yeah, I think
that you looked like a
that's
sleaze
the
in
case.
their minds?
Right, I think that had a lot to do with it.
What happened with the clothes?
They came off.
Everybody's clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
Dirty details a husband is somehow now choosing to forget.
I want to love her with every part of my heart, every ounce of my being.
At his wife's sentencing, Christopher openly wept, begging for leniency for the sake of the couple's 3 children.
We told them that Mommy did some bad things and made some bad choices. I'm asking him to give her probation.
So you don't think she should be punished at all?
When our children get old enough, she has to look them in the eye and tell them what she did. That is punishment.
The young men that she had sex with, are you angry with them?
I am angry. But me and God are working on that.
Christopher Colleps is determined to hold his family together, for now focusing on his children, who must get through the next 5 years without their mother.
When it comes down to it, you know, we still love each other, and he's always going to be there for me no matter what.
He said, till death do us part means till death do us part.
Yes, ma'am.
I visit her once a day, every day, as long as they'll let me. That's as many visits as I can do a day. If they can tell me I can go twice a day, I'll go twice a day. There's reasons for everything, even though we don't have any idea what those reasons are.
Luckily, I get visits, and so I get to see them. So, you know, that's a good thing. And just try to be as positive as I can. That's really all I can do.
So where do you stand on this? Is it a debate at all? Thousands have already weighed in, so please go to our website at abcnews.com/2020 and join the fracas.